Hello, Bobcats. This is your counselor, Janelle Moore, in room 203 in the Cats. I'm coming to you in regards to information of mindfulness and trap thinking. And I wanted to give you some information to help you be aware of what mindfulness is and how it can manage your thought process better, and so that you can think less negatively and more positively. Now, mindfulness is about being more aware about what's going on in the moment versus what's happened in the past and what might happen in the future. But really enjoying that moment and being able to understand what's going on and regulate and not focus in on those negative thoughts or negative feelings that might come up for you. So with mindfulness, I'm going to talk about some negative thinking patterns that you might have. So one, you might think the negative pattern of, I blew it. So no matter what might happen, having that negative thought that you just automatically blew what was going to happen and that you weren't going to do a good job and that you just knew that you weren't going to do a good job. The other thing is fortune telling, is that you won't do something because you just feel like they're going to reject you anyway. And that you feel that whatever is going to happen, you know that it's going to be negative, in that fortune telling way of thinking before it even has happened. And then there's the black and white thinking, where you automatically think that you failed because you had a goal to do something, and you, for instance, this person's eating a piece of cake. They ate part of the cake and they're like, oh, I might as well eat the whole cake because I failed at my diet. The other thing is the being mind reading something or mind reading somebody and making those assumptions that that person hates you or disrespects you, even though that they might be just having a bad day or coming across to you in a bad way, or maybe they didn't even say anything to you that day, and that's why you're doing that mind reading, is that you're assuming that they hate you. So those are some ways that you can negatively think. Now, mindfulness can help you with that process by, one, you can do some meditation. When you're thinking that way, start to meditate and go into that peaceful place. Mindfulness is about really taking your mind into that imagery state where you can relax, be calm, regulate, and meditation's a really good way to do that. Another thing you can do is crank up those tunes. So you really like to listen to music, but listen to the music that allows you to feel calm, relaxed, and gives you a really good chance to motivate yourself into being more peaceful and regulated. Another way is to keep a journal. Not about keeping a journal of things that might have made you frustrated or mad, but focusing that journal on things that was good for that day. Think of 3 things that were positive and you are really happy that those things happened and grateful for them. Another thing is that you can remember to breathe. And this is not your standard everyday breathing. A lot of people come in and they're like, I already know how to breathe, but it's not your standard breathing. I use the 5-5-5 method, where you take deep breaths through your nose for 5 seconds, hold that breath for 5 seconds, and release that for 5 seconds. This is really giving your brain a chance, for one, to be distracted while you're breathing, which makes you mindful because you're distracting your mind away from those negative thoughts. And then you're also regulating your brain and bringing it down to a level, and you're teaching your body to be calm by doing that regulation breathing. And you want to do this about 10 times so that you can really feel the difference of how that feels. And it's important to practice that so your body learns how to regulate itself when you become upset or angry or frustrated. Another thing is that you can use your visualize in your positive way. That means that when you're going to think about a test, or you have a situation where you're going into, instead of thinking those negative thoughts about it, try to think positive thoughts about it. Try to bring about as a positive way. And that is about being mindful, is that you're bringing those positive things about in that situation so that you can make it a positive situation for you in the future. So if you think negatively that I'm just going to fail that test, the likelihood of you having higher anxiety is going to be what it is, that you're going to have higher anxiety. But if you think positively and you see yourself doing the best you can on that test and doing awesomely well on it, then you're going to have more highly likely that you're going to do well in that test and being less anxious about it, because anxiety can actually cause us to lose information during the time that we're taking a test if we have test anxiety. So Bobcats, there's a little bit of information about mindfulness and trap thinking to help you work through some of the issues that you may have. So if you'd like to talk further on this subject or just want to just chat for a little bit, you can come to room 203 or 204 and see Jamie and I. Thank you and have a good day.